Hello, welcome back. Hope you're all well and all that sort of stuff. As you may know, I did a video about a week ago, maybe longer than that actually, saying my plans for 2021, but I left the RC stuff out of it because there's quite a bit to sort of go on about. So this is it. This is going to be sort of 90%, I guess, of RC stuff, and my plans for 2021. What is quite a bit. Right, so last year basically what I've done is showed you the cars I had. I've still got more cars to come, believe it or not. I've raked out a lot more cars than I even knew I had, and radio gear and stuff like that. Most of my transmitters and radio gear is knackered, but I'm hoping to be able to budge something up just to get the Mini going and the HPI RS4 just to get them going so we can get some videos of some cars moving. But that's sort of like basically what's happened like last year. I've still got some more boats to do. So there's two things. I've been looking into the RC stuff sort of over Christmas while I've been ill with this virus, and I've been sort of spending quite a bit of time sort of studying what I want to do, sort of what I'm interested in, because things have moved on so much. It's been a little bit hard to catch up with the stuff, but there's two things I wanted to do back in the day when I was doing stuff before, and funny enough there's still stuff I want to do now with the RC, but technology's moved on so much, and I think that's brought the price down of a lot of things, what is good. But some, like, if you're mad on your RC stuff, you would have spent fortunes, or you would be spending fortunes now, because it's some of it's just bloody ridiculous and just out of my league. It's just too much. So my plan for 2021 is to sell my Ford Escort, my Tamiya Ford Escort Cosworth, and the Fiat 500 Abarth, whatever you want to pronounce it. If you haven't seen them, I've got videos on them. I'm going to put them on eBay, and the idea is they're going to fund my future two things I want to do eventually. The second thing I'm going to mention is just something I do if the opportunity comes up. The first option is really what I want to get into and what I want to do with the RC. Some of you will agree with it, and some of you will go, oh, what a load of rubbish. That's your personal thing and that's up to you. But this is something where I want to move into with the RC as far as I'm concerned. But I'll explain that in a second. Right, I'm going to tell you about the first thing I want to do, and I'm quite passionate about actually, and it's something I really want to get involved with. It's something I wanted to get involved with years ago, but I couldn't get the information up, and I just thought it died off. So what I'm going to do is give you about 20-30 seconds of my real racing here, past, and then it might explain why I'm sort of quite passionate about this RC hobby. Now, probably back in about 1970, 71, something like that, my two brothers started dragging me across the fields and through the back of the gates, through the fence at Braintree Auto Club. Well, it's a short oval track. If you don't know what a short oval track is, it's a banger track, basically. Braintree Auto Club is a dirt track. Most of the places I race with dirt tracks, funny enough. So I raced, anyway, I ended up doing mechanics for a hot rod driver there when I was at school, and then obviously I ended up racing myself. And I used to race at Braintree Auto Club, was gone now, it's a part of the A120. The Green Man was at Highwood near Chelmsford. If you're a banger racing fan and you've heard of the team called the Gladiators, they're like a whitey colour car, they're supposed to be white, a whitey colour car with a red roof. They run the Green Man, or used to run the Green Man at Highwood. I've got so many stories about Scrutiny here and there, we'll do that on another video. And then obviously I raced at Henham Raceway, what is now Stansted Raceway, where I'm still part of the recovery crew, so I still do the recovery, taking the cars off the track and stuff. So oval racing, banger racing and hot rod racing and all that, stock car racing, it's been part of, well, part of my life, more or less ever since I can remember. Yeah, so you're pretty sure you know where I'm going to go with the RC stuff now. Years ago, I wanted to get into the RC banger racing stuff, but there was no information. It was like very hard to get any information, even with like, you know, obviously like late 90s and stuff like that. I think it was, oh yeah, it would have been late 90s, I thought, early 2000s. You couldn't get, you know, we were still on dial-up and stuff like that, and we couldn't get you couldn't get the information. And I sort of put it, I just took it to the clubs, and that just died out, you know. So Christmas I was ill, as you know, and I was watching RC Kicks, and he built a hot rod. I just video card, it was a hot rod he was building. Oh, that's interesting, you know. I didn't think much more of it, and it was a Chemtech car. And then about a week later or something like that, he come up, he was building a banger. Again, Chemtech Model Sport banger. And now this is interesting now, you see. And so I just looked up Chemtech and looked at what I'm doing in C-cars, banger racing and stuff. And fairly local track, Brentwood, come up and things like that. But I still didn't think much of it. I didn't think, couldn't get. I still couldn't. I had a job to find stuff, you know. So anyway, I looked, I found there's more and more stuff, and I couldn't believe how popular it is now. It's amazing. So I started looking up local tracks, and I'd say within an hour and a half, I must have at least, I think 3, I would say, easy 3 tracks, just in Essex. I know there's some in Suffolk. I'm only 8 miles, 7 miles from Suffolk, so some in Suffolk. Cambridge is not far. Again, I think that's Cambridgeshire is about 9 miles away from here, something like that. So there's loads and loads of tracks around here. So I started looking up Chemtech, K-A-M Tech Model Sport, and really impressed. I'm really impressed. I would say they're a local company, but they're not. Well, they are and they're not. They're Bognor Regis, or near the area. What is, you know, a few miles away, because I'm in Essex. But the thing is with them, or the best of it for me, I class them as local because my in-laws, some of my in-laws are down that way, so I know the area, Worthing and back, but you know, Bognor and all the rest. In fact, I've raced down there. There was a track that I think the track's still going. Used to have concrete bends and dirt in them on the straights and that. So I've actually raced down there back in the 90s, late 90s I'd say. No, whatever it was. They had a documentary on the telly for that track. I think there was the Bad Boys were down there, and they had a big meeting. There might be a few bears and stuff down there, I can't remember. But yeah, there's a big meeting anyway, and yeah, so I've been there a few times and racing. So it's not that far, it's only a couple of hours, Bognor Regis. So you can class them as a local track. Or local, sorry, not a local track, local company. But yeah, tracks in my mind. But they do stock cars, hot rods, 2 litre saloon stocks, 1300 saloon stocks, super stocks. You know, they cover everything for short circuit racing, what is good. And they do other things as well, RC related, body shells and stuff. But yeah, so I've got really keen over sort of Christmas and that, and like I say, I'm going to sell the Escort and that to fund this, or start the funding on it, I should say, because my plan is to get at least 2 bangers, so that I can take Louis to race meetings. I don't want to go on my own because sometimes it's hard for me to, you know, with the brain farts, it's hard for me to get motivated to go. I've got to go because Louis is going, or somebody makes it easier. So I definitely want to do the bangers. I'm looking forward to that. Building them as well, and obviously racing them, because it's a long time since I raced anything RC wise, or you know, real, you know. Yeah, I want to do that, and I also definitely want to do. I've got the hot rods and the 2 litre stock cars. yeah, they appeal to me as well. Hang on, something outside. Hold on. Yeah, so when I was looking up the tracks and stuff, like that amazed me how many tracks there was. Now, a lot of you know I go to the Doe show every year. Not this year, I'm going to give it a miss. There is award, but we'll talk about another video. There's a track right near there. For people who don't know about the RC banger racing, they basically are carpet races. They are built for carpets and very smooth tarmac, that sort of thing. But I have seen them on dirt and they seem okay, because I do like my dirt tracks. We'll talk about that again in a second. So there's lots of local little tracks you can go to and race. There's still world championships. There's still all these different things, and that just appeals to me. I'm not into that. I just want to go and have a bit of fun. I'm not worried. I know people say you should, you know, if you're not going to win, you know, you shouldn't be out. But the things with banger racing or any sort of oval racing is surviving. It's surviving, and then again and again putting a bloody good hit in just to make you happy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's another thing what appeals to me. You know, a lot of the RC racing stuff, you've got to be out there to win, and you've got to have the fastest thing. No, with the oval, short oval circuits, you haven't. You've got to have to win. You've got to have a bit of luck, and that's it. And a little bit, obviously, a little bit of skill, but you don't have to go out there to win with the bangers. You can just go out there to cause mayhem and stop somebody else winning. And that, like I say, that does appeal to me. It's something what I've been involved with all my life. So yeah, and things move on and things change, I know, but yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to stick with Chemtech cars. Like I say, if you've had one and something breaks or something regular, just let me know. I'll order the bits. Simple as that. I know there are other manufacturers out there who do it, but they just appeal to me. I like their quality of the work, what I've seen of it, all kinds of good stuff, and they're passionate about the sport, what makes a hell of a difference. Another thing what I like about them, looking on their website, is the fact that they do everything they cover everything. So if you wanted to set up a local club or just for yourself or whatever, they do all the timing gear and all that sort of stuff. So, because if you've ever seen RC banger racing or shorts, it's so quick. You wouldn't be able to stand there and count them. The laps and that, it's just mega fast, you know. So you need the lap scoring stuff, and they do all that. They cover all that. And it's all really good priced. The price is the main sort of thing, I suppose, because if you're doing a lot of damage, ripping wheels off and stuff, you can make a dear hobby, especially if you compare it to like Tamiya or Schumacher or any of them other makes. As soon as you rip a wheel out, it's like disaster, isn't it? But with this, it's done cheap. It's, you know, and their post is really cheap as well, so you can just get them a post of stuff out. It's a marvellous company. Like, so I can't remember the people's name. I know it's Mandy, and I can't think of his name. I'm sorry, but I can't think. But anyway, I know it begins with K. I don't know if it's Kevin or whatever. You know what I'm saying. But whoever it is, they're running a bloody good show. What I consider, you know, good setup. And I'll definitely be in touch with them. Like I say, since I've sold to Cosworth. But like I say, I've got plans on what I want to do racing wise. Now, the big problem is the lockdown. So I've been thinking about this quite a bit. Now, if the lockdown continues once we get the cars, what the hell do we do if they're not racing anywhere? Or they're very limited on how often you can race, because we still want to get out there, don't we? So what I will do is I will build a track what I can put out on the driveway. On the concrete, it's probably a bit bumpy for them, but you know, why not? Or the bigger, or the more likely thing to happen is I'll build a dirt track. You know, as long as I keep it fairly smooth, put banks in it, so it's like the old Breakthrough Auto Club or even Hannam, Smallfield, that sort of thing. If you don't know them tracks, please look them up. You'll see what I'm on about. So you can do some follow-ins and stuff. And that's just with me, Louis, and whoever is local enough. If we can have 6 people in the garden again. Ideal, isn't it? 6 cars out there at a time. But yeah, so we'll do something. We will be able to do something with them, even if we can't go racing properly. We can do something here. I'll make something up so we can do it. There's a bit of ground that I may be able to use with tarmac on it as well. Obviously they're only carpet tiles, we may have to alter that, we'll have to see. But I don't care, to be honest with you. I've seen them on the dirt racing and they seem okay. They seem okay. Probably not as fast as they are on the carpet, but they're not built for that, and it's just a bit of fun. But that's my sort of main plan for this year. And the second option, I'll tell you that. The second thing that appealed to me, but I'm not in a hurry to do it. I may do it, I may not do it. Is what they call RC Adventure. It's like a bit like crawling and stuff like that, but it's you have like Land Rovers and stuff, and you try to make them look realistic. That's the idea. So it's like green laning, but with RC. I have found a couple of cheapies. I say cheapies. They're 3 times the price of the bangers. But I have found a couple that I'm interested in, and I may be looking into that, but not probably beginning of the year, maybe towards the end of the year. And it depends on how finance does. Maybe we get a bit of money for the adverts. I know the adverts are a pain in the arse, and I bet it's been stopped several times in this video for bloody adverts. But a few pence here and there helps the channel. I don't think we get more than about 13 per video. 13 per video, so we're just a bit sore still. Yeah, so I may go that, but the main thing is the RC Banger Racing and the Chemtech stuff. Will be quite interesting because obviously I've got to build them. So we'll do videos on the builds when we get them, builds on the body shell, because they're slightly different to you know, to your normal Tamiya sort of stuff. Yeah, so that's where my plans for this year is to go Banger Racing, and yeah, so it's something different. But I've still got my RC stuff. We're still going to get the minis out, the mini out, and the HPI stuff. What I've got there, and we're still going to have a bloody good time with them. I just want to do more RC stuff. The videos will be on a Sunday still. They're not going to be every week because I'm going to try to get more of my metalwork stuff and other stuff on my channel into the video, you know, onto my channel. Does that make sense? No, I probably don't. But I want to get more stuff, more different stuff. I've got other projects I'm doing with engines and stuff coming up this year, and I'm going to stick as much stuff as I can on. And that's why I'm not going to do RC stuff every Sunday, but I'm going to try to keep it to a Sunday, just to make it easier for people who only want to see the RC stuff. Fair enough. Anyway, I hope you all have a good year. All stay safe, stay safe out there, and remember, it's okay not to be okay. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.